Hello, welcome to a VO's Journey. Today we're going to be talking about using AI. Yes, the crazy world of AI technology, our battle against AI, but also how we should be using AI as well. So we're going to dive into that today. So hold on to your seats because we're going to get into it. My name is Anthony, and this show is about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. It's so good to be coming to you. Listen, I think we all can agree that we've been at battle with artificial intelligence, but is it really artificial intelligence that we've been in battle with, or is it the people who insist on using AI or cloning software or machine learning software to replicate our voice to replace us? I think making that distinction is important. Okay? Making another distinction is important too, right? AI's here. It's come. It's came. It's not destroyed us. We're holding on. We're making it. I could tell you from being in this business for a while, the cyclical nature of voiceover still exists, right? I mean, we're in March now, which is crazy, but we're in March, and business is roaring back as usual, as it always does. I mean, things are coming and going. People realize that there are certain people out there who are going to use artificial intelligence software to do voiceovers, and a lot of them are also realizing they don't like it for a variety of reasons. Okay, the cold nature of dealing with not real people, the lack of ability to get all the nuances that a voice actor can bring, et cetera, and all of the storytelling, all the things that we know to be true. All of that exists, and it's going to continue to exist. We didn't get crushed. We didn't die. We're here. We're still standing tall. So, please, take comfort in that. There's always going to be somebody comes out doing something horrendous, but there's also going to be great wins for us as well. And we've a lot of people, Nava, a lot of platforms like Voquint. There's been a lot of different people and groups and organizations, SAG-AFTRA, whether they were completely successful as much as we all would have liked or not, at least they did their best to raise awareness for the issue, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that we're still here, we're still standing, and AI is more than just clones and things like that, trying to take and remember, it's people. It's not the software. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and making this distinction is because I really want to, talk to you today about how beneficial this software and AI can be. I think so many people in our industry, and I totally understand, right? We're sometimes afraid to speak openly about AI in a positive light because of how much and how many people, certain people in areas who are using this software are trying, it feels like they're trying to push us aside, push us out of business, take our livelihoods, that sort of thing, right? It's interesting enough because I've heard, part of that tune before. Being someone, as who is on Fiverr and uses a lot of freelance platforms, pay-to-play platforms, anywhere that I can get business because I represent myself. I teach people how to represent themselves. And again, I love agents too. I have a couple, but I still also, the majority of the work I get from representing myself. The point I'm trying to make to you is that, I've heard that tune for people who are saying that Fiverr is the end of the industry and freelance platforms are the end of the industry, and that people like me are taking away their livelihoods. And I think that it's one of those things that there's always going to be something new that comes along that's going to turn things upside down. We do our best to stand strong, and adapt ourselves to the current situation. But the reality is no matter what anyone tells you, good acting always wins. You cannot, I don't care what it is, there's nothing in the history of everything that's been in our world of artistry has been able to replace good acting. You know, like it's just impossible. So, I think, until there becomes a whole set of sentient robotic beings that build their own type of specific styles, right, that are separate from all the styles that humans have built, it's all just a regurgitation, which means that no matter what happens, we always have the upper end. Anyways, I don't need to tell you guys know that. But I want to say this because there's a lot of great things that we can use AI for. Many of us have been doing it for a while now for a variety of reasons, right? And we're going to say that quiet part out loud, which is a lot of us like to use AI for ideas for scripts, all right? Formatting for scripts. Information when it comes to maybe some things that you can put into a contract that you're trying to work on for a client. Marketing materials. Coming up with information that you could possibly share in social media. Ideas. Organization. Coding is a huge thing, especially for me with website stuff. I mean, that's... it's interesting because I was watching some stuff they're talking about, and people were saying, for the last 10 years or so, everybody's like, you got to become, you got to learn how to code. You got to learn how to code. But I think the reality is now is with AI, that's going away in the sense that it'll code everything for you. Now, again, just like us, you need to understand what the pros are, or what the abilities are, and what the abilities are not. Okay, meaning like, I can go to AI, like I can go to ChatGPT, or Gemini or Bing or whichever, whatever software you're using, and you can put in a lot of information to ask it to do stuff. But if you don't understand how it works, where does it go, what is the flow, if you don't understand how to manage it all, it doesn't matter. It's, again, a tool. So what I'm trying to make to you is it's a very powerful tool. A lot of it right now is free. I guarantee you, I feel it. I mean, we know something like ChatGPT 4, which is, so superior to 3.5. You know what I mean? And I recently started working with ChatGPT 4, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. And it's just a wonderful place to be able to bounce ideas off of, organize thoughts, do things like that. You still have to be the leader. You still have to know what point 1, 2, 3, 4, you still have to know what to do. But a wonderful thing about ChatGPT is it can help you with that. But remember, don't forget that in the end, the big part about it is it's a way to interact with search results. That's different. I mean, we're used to typing in Google. It's funny. I wonder what libraries thought, or people who focused their work when, you started being able to find everything online. I mean, they probably thought it's the end of the world. And a lot of times, libraries are not as significant as they were, but they didn't disappear. They didn't go away. There's always going to be a point, that there's super helpful tools, but there's also reasons for both. But I'm saying here, it's important for us, okay, as business owners, to really pay attention to this software and be able to use it to our benefit, to be able to understand it when we're talking to people, right? To be able to understand what the limitations are, not only the benefits for our business when it comes to organizing, when it comes to building a website. I mean, when it comes to the things that you don't know how to do, it's extremely beneficial. And I'm not saying that it needs to replace people, but here's a perfect example. Let's look at like script writing. 99% of us would never, we don't know script writers. We don't ever hire script writers for our scripts. Like, we're not replacing jobs by using, AI to help us either organize thoughts, get ideas, get a format for scripts, have it write a script for you and then reword it, do all, you know what I mean? Like we're not that's a benefit for us as opposed to using ones that are already pre-written, which we've used for a long time. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of reasons to use AI. It can be extremely beneficial for all of those reasons. And there also can be people who use it to screw us over, right? I mean, that's the reality of it. Okay. But there's got to be still someone at the helm. You have to be at the helm to say, this is what I wanted to do. This is the vision I have. This is where I'm going. Because a tool is just that. It is something that you use to help you get where you want to go a little faster, a little easier. Okay, that's what a tool is, and that's what this is. It doesn't always work. As we know in the case of cloning and things like that, it doesn't always work. There's a lot of people, as we know, who are just saying, hey, I tried this out, I don't like it. Yeah, or hey, please, this is the, I get so much of my work now that I get. I mean, literally, it's becoming like 60 or 70%. People come to me, they either give me a voiceover job where they put a scratch track together with an AI voice just for timing, but they don't want to use an AI voice because they don't like the way it's, so they want to use a real voice. Right? Or they've come to me because they've used a couple different AI pieces of software for AI, and they just don't like it. They want a real person's voice. All right? Because they want that feeling that you still are not going to get from an AI. Now, look, there are some, they're incredible. I'm not going to lie. There are some that are really incredible pieces of software, and it's becoming harder, I think, to be able to tell the difference. But here's the reality. What's interesting to me is we're not gone. And at the same time, people, like, you have to consider this is a business. So as I said earlier on, don't ever forget, we are in competition with other voiceover businesses as well as other voice cloning businesses. We're at competition with platforms who have large rosters. We're at competition with all of these people in one way or another. So that competition is just there. Okay? Don't sell yourself short. Don't think you can't compete. Don't think you're going to be replaced. You're not going to be replaced. But you need to understand the software. You need to use the tools. Okay? And I've always said, I said early on too, and I know that's been happening a little bit more now here and there. But I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to use AI voice that we owned our likeness, right? And we could use it as a supplementary tool to help people. They still paid us, right? Because they're licensing our intellectual property, but it can be a great complement. That's starting to be done a little bit more. What's wrong with that? That's a wonderful thing because we own it. It's just like you putting down a track on something and we license it. We do that with all of our work. For the most part, unless it's not licensed that way, it's just a buyout type of situation. But we still do it that way. Now we can use it and help ourselves as well. I think what we were so mad about is the people who were doing things really shady like and not taking into consideration, you know what I mean, the intellectual property of ourselves. Right, and what we have. And we're fighting back again. We've done it pretty successfully so far, and we will continue to. So you've got to put that aside if you're having an issue using the software and start using it. I mean, it's amazing what it can do, and it's only getting better, and it's so helpful. But it's funny, like even when it comes to, like, say, blogs, I still want to work with real writers. I expect that the writers will use AI software to help them move quickly, move faster, but it's not going to be they're just going to pump it out and that's all it's going to be, right? I expect them to manage that. I expect them to be able to put their own flair into things. I expect them to, write their own content, but also use it to make sure that it's edited well and it's formatted properly and it's hitting the keywords and the things that we want to do. And it's giving them like an assistant. I mean, why would we not want to use these tools? They're incredible. So all I'm trying to say today in this long diatribe is that don't shy away from all of this stuff that's out there. Use it. It's incredible what it can do for us as business owners and as artists. All right? But also be aware, too, that there are some people out there who would use it, at the detriment to others. And there's nothing we can do. They're going to use it, we realize too, right, that there's I was just thinking of our conference, and we had one of our lawyer friends who was speaking at our VO's Journey Leader conference back in last fall. And, they were talking about, listen, there are going to be people, criminals, who will take our stuff no matter what laws are in place or not. They always have. You know what I mean? And there's just, so we can also protect ourselves from cloning and everything like that, as, we'll talk about too later on. And what I'm doing now, for example, in Academy of Voices Entertainment, everything I post online, there's a lot of deterrents, that come in place. Voquent on their YouTube channel has some really good stuff on this as well, and things you can do to protect yourself online. You know what I mean? But bad people are going to do bad things no matter what laws are in place. You know what I mean? So that's not an indication of everyone or everything. Okay? All right. Well, anyways, I know this is a long video today, but I wanted to talk about that and really get on top of using this software to help you grow your business, right? It's amazing. Okay? And we're not going anywhere. The world didn't end for us. It was scary there for a little bit, but it didn't end. We're still here, and we're still strong as ever. Okay? Adapt, grow, use this to your advantage, and sky's the limit. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Don't forget, next week we're starting our super special St. Patrick's Day special for VO's Journey Elite Academy. Gonna have a big deal there, as well as a big deal on all of our videos and products, for helping you grow your business. Remember, too, next week I'm going out for my surgery. The reason I keep telling you is because I probably won't have videos coming out for a little while. I don't think I just disappeared on you. So I might put some stuff together so you can still keep getting some content, but I won't be putting out any new things for a bit, for probably a couple days. But I'm excited about that because it's going to be a whole new world. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.